In this video, I want to offer you 5 tips for buying comics in person. Stay tuned. Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my videos. Before we get to the 5 tips, I want to encourage you to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so that you don't miss any of the content that gets released from my channel. With that said, in this video, we are going to talk about how to effectively buy comics in person. And I want to thank Matt Woods for giving me the idea for this video. The first tip that I want to offer is to take the book out of the plastic. You have to get a good look at the comic. And the only way to do that is to literally take the book out of the plastic, hold it in your hands, and inspect the book. And by inspect it, I mean looking at the front cover, the back cover, and looking at the interior pages. You essentially should be doing a dirty grade on that comic. And if you don't know what the term dirty grade means, there is a video here on the channel. I'll link to it in the description that will actually help you. But part of the thing that you want to do is to do the dirty grade. You want to assess the general grade of this book to help you to determine how much you should actually pay for that comic. And we'll get to that in a few seconds. But take it out of the plastic, look at it, inspect it, do a dirty grade. The second tip that I want to offer is to use a pricing guide to determine how much you should pay for that comic. If it's a raw comic, you can use comicpriceguide.com. If it's a graded book, Go Collect is a great resource. But when you take the book out of the plastic and you do your dirty grade, that will give you a rough estimate of the grade, and then you can use the pricing service to determine how much you should actually spend for that book. By doing this, it also helps you to figure out whether you're paying too much or whether you have the ability to actually negotiate a better price. The next tip that I want to offer is that you have to be prepared to negotiate. When you take the book out of the plastic and you do your dirty grade and you reference that grade in a pricing service, you then have to be ready to negotiate with that seller based upon your findings. Everyone wants something for cheaper. Everyone wants a fair price. But instead of just saying, hey, can I have this book for a lower price, you actually use your assessment of that book's condition as well as the fair market value, the data in the pricing guide to negotiate. You say, based upon what I'm seeing here, I think that this book is a 5.0. You are pricing it at a 6.0. Based upon what I'm seeing in the book and in the pricing guide, I think this is a 5.0 and the price should be this. By using actual data and your observations, it puts you in a great position to be able to negotiate versus saying, hey, can you give this to me for $10 less? Data, facts go a long way. The fourth tip that I want to offer is that you cannot be afraid to walk away. Sometimes walking away is the best thing that you can possibly do. The worst thing that you can do is to overpay for a book when there is a cheaper book out there and you basically catch a brick unnecessarily. That is the worst thing that could happen. Rest assured that if you are looking at a book, more than likely there are a lot more copies of that comic that are out there that are available to you. You just have to be patient, and or you have to be a better negotiator to be able to get the book at the price that you want. So if you can't do that, don't be afraid to walk away. And I know that it's hard, but it is much easier to do that than to catch a brick. The very last tip that I want to offer up to you is that if you find a good seller, keep going back. Good sellers are worth their weight in gold. And a lot of people call them honey holes, right? Or treasure troves. These are not necessarily bad things, I'm going to tell you. If you find a seller that has good books at fair prices and is able to negotiate and work with you on the prices, that is a great seller to have at your disposal. And we've spoken about this before in various videos and also on blog posts. Relationships matter. And so if you are tapping into a really great seller, do not lose that seller. Also, don't tell anybody else about that seller because they'll buy up all your books. So there you have it. Those are my 5 practical tips for buying comics face-to-face. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I want to encourage you to hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment behind. If you need to reach out to me, feel free to do so on Instagram at Regie Collects. Before I wrap up this video, I wanted to give you an opportunity to add a really cool comic book to your collection, and it is this book right here. This is Strange Tales issue number 143, and it is a 9.2 from Jack Kirby, Stan Lee, Roy Thomas, and more legends. Pretty awesome book from 1966, and this book could be yours thanks to my friends over at Go Collect. To enter into this week's giveaway, all you have to do is to copy down a phrase that I'll give you in just a moment. You head over to the community tab here on YouTube. You find the post where I'm talking about this book. You click the link. You go to MailChimp. You plug in 3 pieces of information. 2 of them are relevant to you, and 1 of them is a phrase that, again, I'll give you in a second. You then tune in to the Ready, Set, Go preview show to find out if you are the winner. The phrase for this week is shellhead. Shellhead is the phrase for this week's Go Collect giveaway. Good luck.